Hi, welcome to B-Town Talk. I'm your host, Dawn Davis, and today it's time to stop, drop, and roll.
All right, boys and girls, thank you for coming this morning, and grown-ups too. You're not going to listen to me read stories today. We have some very special guests here to talk to you about fire prevention and safety, and then you're going to get to go outside, okay? Trucks in the parking lot, okay? Does that sound good to you? You ready? All right.
We're here from the Bensalem Fire Rescue Department for Bensalem Township. We're here to teach you guys about fire safety. Now, a few of you guys look familiar, right? We've seen a few of you guys at some of the schools and churches we've been to. So you guys should be experts. You guys should know what we're talking about. But we're going to teach you guys some safety tips, okay? What to do if there's ever a fire in your home, or in your school, or your grandmom's home, wherever you're at, in the store. Then we're going to go outside, and we have the fire truck outside, and we're going to let you guys shoot some of the water, okay? So we're gonna have a fun time. First things first. Some of you guys, some of the older kids might help me out. Anybody know what this is called? A smoke alarm, okay? Very good. This is called a smoke alarm, okay? We put these in our house, right? And the reason we put smoke alarms in our house is if there's ever a fire, this will tell us there's a fire, right? What kind of noise does a smoke alarm make? Anybody know? What's the noise it makes? Anybody know? Is that the noise? It's loud, right? A smoke detector makes a real loud beeping noise, and it tells us there's a fire in your house. Okay? Very, very important. Now, smoke. Is smoke good or is smoke bad? Smoke is bad. Smoke's very smelly and stinks. We don't like it, right? If there's ever a fire in your house, the smoke, where do you think the smoke goes? Does the smoke go up or does the smoke go down? Good job. She's going to take my job one day. She knows all this stuff. Smoke goes up, all right? So everyone say smoke goes where? Up. So if the smoke goes up, where do we want you guys to be? Should you guys be up with the bad smoke, or should you be down here with the good air? Get down, right? So come here real quick. You want to help me out? What's your name? Very pretty name. Okay, there's a fire in your house and there's smoke up high. We want you to get down low. Get down low with me. All right? Now we want you to crawl towards the window. That's the door. Keep crawling. The smoke's up here. Keep going. Crawl fast. Don't stop. Don't stop. All right, good job. Everybody give her a hand. Thanks for helping me out. She stayed really low. Okay, guys? The smoke goes up. That's very, very bad smoke. It smells really bad. It's not good for us. We want you guys to stay down low to the floor and crawl to a window or a door. Now, when you get to the door, where do you go? Outside, right? So the smoke goes up, we go down, and then we go outside. Now, once we're outside, do we go back inside? No. We stay outside and wait for Mom and Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, Firefighter Joe, whoever comes, an adult. You don't go back inside to adults, and it's okay. Now, Fireman Chris, when we go to work in the morning, we wear a uniform, okay? But if there's a fire, Fireman Chris has to put on all this protective stuff so he doesn't get hurt. His job is to go inside and protect people, also to protect your house. He'll protect your toys. He'll help your dog and your cat. That's all, he does all that stuff. So Fireman Chris is going to put on his fire boots. First thing is fire boots. Now he's putting on what? What's he putting on next? His pants, right? Now Fireman Chris puts on his suspenders. He has red suspenders like Santa Claus, right? That's what he wears. He buckles up his pants. This next thing, we won't put this on, but this is his hood. Fireman Chris puts this on to protect his hair, his ears, his neck. This is so he doesn't get burnt in his hair or his neck or his ears. What's this called? What's this next thing? A jacket, right? Even if it's not cold out, Fireman Chris has to wear his jacket. Now it says Bensalem on there. It says Fireman Chris's first initial, his last name. And does everyone see the yellow? A fire, inside a fire is very, very dark. Okay? A fire is very, very dark. All this stuff's reflective, so if we shine a flashlight, we can see Fireman Chris. Fireman Chris puts his jacket on. Is he ready to go inside a fire yet? No, right? He's got to buckle up. He's got this neat thing. What's this? A flashlight, right? So Fireman Chris does that. Now, what's this called? A fire helmet, right? You guys have your fire helmet? This is Fireman Chris's fire helmet. It says his number on it, 222. now Fireman Chris is going to mess up his hair. So now Fireman Chris is ready to go. What else do you need? Where do these go? In his feet? Where do your gloves go? His hands, right? All right. Fireman Chris puts his gloves on his hands. Now he's all ready to go, right? He's a firefighter. We want you guys to know firemen are your friends, okay? There you go, over there. Boys and girls, this is very, very important what we're going to teach you guys today. If your clothes catch on fire, we don't want you guys to run, okay? It'll be scary because your clothes are on fire, but we want you guys to stop what you're doing. So stop it. If you play, what kind of toys do you play with? Barbie dolls? You don't play with Barbie dolls? All right, turn around, look at your friends. If her clothes catch on fire, we don't want her to run around waving her hands. We want her to stop what she's doing, okay? We want her to drop to the ground. Lay down for me. Put your hands over your face. Everybody put your hands over your face. And now roll back and forth. Roll. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. Keep going. Now come back to me. Come all the way back. Come all the way back. Good job. Give her a hand. Who sleeps with their bedroom door open? Who sleeps with their bedroom door closed? Who doesn't have a bedroom door? Anybody not have a bedroom? Bedroom door. We keep our bedroom door. When do we keep our bedroom door, Farmer Kevin? Closed. Very good. Why do we keep it closed? Very, very good. You guys have been listening. You guys have been great listeners. We don't want the smoke at night when you guys are sleeping. Okay? We don't want the smoke or the fire to come into your room. So we keep our bedroom doors closed. Okay? The smoke detectors will go off. Mom and Dad will hold the smoke detectors, and the smoke will stay out of your room. We go a lot of fires, and there might be a fire in the hallway, and it never gets inside the bedroom because the doors are closed. All right? It keeps that smoke. Even a small fire can cause a lot of smoke. Keeping the bedroom doors closed, Mom and Dad, will keep that smoke in the hallway, in the living room, in the stairwell, and will not bring it in the room. Yes, you might smell it, but it's not going to actually come in the room. So that's very, very important. Keeping the door open will have a lot of smoke in there. That's not good. So we want to keep the doors closed. All right?
Good morning. Boy, did you all learn a lot this morning? Huh? And you're going to be a treat in a few minutes. You're going to go outside when they water out of the hoses. Well, I hope you listened to everything today. It's very, very, very important. And I want you, all of you, to give the men here a big round of applause for what they do in our township to keep us safe. Most of you, do you know Amy? Do you get to see Amy? Well, Amy does a great job here at the library and here in Bensalem, and she's always working with the youngsters. And I want to thank you for that, for the great work that you do, not just today on this, but all over the world. You want to say a couple words with us while we're here?
Absolutely. I just thank everyone so much for coming and, of course, supporting the library and the fire department today. Thank you so much for coming out.
Well, how about we give Amy a big round of applause? All right, I'm not going to hold you up. We're going to go out there and see the water now, right? We're going to see the hose. Okay?
Well, Mayor, now that we learned to stop, drop, and roll, which, that just came out, I think, like in the 80s when my kids were in school, because we didn't have that in Catholic school.
I'm not so sure,
You would
though.
run, and
I'm not so
it was
sure
over.
if rock and roll was back in the 50s, actually.
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
I just think it might
Well,
have
let's go
been.
back to the real,
Okay.
the real thing of what the kids were taught today.
Absolutely. October is Fire Prevention Month, and through the teachings of our fire department,
Fire rescue,
Fire
volunteers.
Rescue, our volunteer fire departments, they come out every October and they have their open houses, and they come to places like this, which is the Bensalem Library, which is a division through the county seat in Bucks County, and they were having a little reading session, but it actually turned into a very educational session with Rob Sponheimer, our chief battalion, or battalion chief, I probably got that backwards. And it's amazing how much the children do know about fire prevention and fire safety. And in Bensalem, I know when I moved here over 40 years ago, I was close to the Nottingham Fire Company, and it seemed like there were so many people involved in volunteering in those days. True?
Oh, absolutely. We'll address that of how important it is and what the volunteers do. And they need volunteers all the time, so they're always looking for more volunteers. So anybody's out there, we have 6 companies here in Bensalem. So if any of you would like to join, any man or woman, youngsters, I think you have to be 17 or 18 to join. See your local fire company. But I want to stress on something that's very important coming out what we do. And when I was sworn in as mayor, and I was sworn in 5 times so far, the main thing that we always talk about, the safety and welfare of the community, that we must commit ourselves to, and that's what we try to do here in Bensalem. And with our fire rescue department, our volunteers, and everybody working together, certainly with our police and our emergency service, the EMS people, it's a team that has to work to give us the protection that the people deserve and need.
Absolutely, and the cooperation of such.
And we're going to make sure that happens. And that's I know it's my main goal. It's my main responsibility with myself and council to make sure that we keep all of our citizens safe. And we have a large volunteer service here with 6 companies, and daytime gets a little rough because a lot of people work. When I grew up, Dawn, most people worked and lived right here, and when the siren went off, you ran to the firehouse and got in the truck. Unfortunately, today, a lot of people work out of town.
The dynamics have changed.
Yeah. So, but we're going to continue to make sure that our volunteers get everything they need, to make sure our fire services are available, and we're just committed to that, myself and council. And to the personal, council is committed to that.
Absolutely. The health, safety, and welfare of our community, like you said, Mayor, is
Comes
the
first.
top priority in any category within this municipality. Other townships emulate what we do here, and it might sound, it's just confidence in our teams, our council, what we do, and the saying is, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. That does happen here, and we certainly get the accolades for it. And I think it's the credit to you, to council, and to that volunteer system that does work. But I wanted to run back a little bit in time. I remember, even as a child growing up down the seashore and then moving here to Bensalem, I remember that at 12 noon, and I'm pretty sure about this, that the siren used to go off to denote that it was noon.
Yeah.
I missed that. It was just something that you kind of just said, oh, it's lunchtime, it's 12 o'clock, and whatever you were doing, and then you could just progress with the rest of your day.
This is really going to date
Oh, no,
ourselves.
what, bells and horses and Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah, we go back to Lincoln, yeah, right. But actually, and we weren't that far from the railroad where I grew up, and you could almost tell a certain train would blow its horn going by at a certain time every day, and you knew what time it was almost to the minute in those days.
They'd blow the whistle at certain
times? The whistle
times?
going by, and you say, oh,
That's
It's
the
5 o'clock.
so-and-so
yeah.
train, that's the
So
2
we're
o'clock
dating
train.
ourselves. I want to get back, though, to talk about October. There is very significant in 2 things. Fire prevention, no question about this month. And everybody, go to our local firehouses. They can help you. All of the things that they can show you what's going on. They have open houses. Some of them have already done theirs. There's still
And don't
some
some of
open.
them provide smoke detectors?
Absolutely.
I think.
Yes, they do, some of them. But I'm sure they will. The township will help. But go and stop at your local volunteer fire station and ask the questions. Is there something you need to know about fire safety? And that's very important. And what the youngsters learned today is basics for everyone.
Did you notice how many people within the group here, and I know I'm guilty of it myself, I never had a fire drill
Yeah.
I never did that. Shame on me. I believe that with the education that was provided, fire prevention, with, of course, the smoke detectors and all of those things, but to plan out a fire drill in your home, apartment, whatever it might be, is life-saving. And I think that the firemen communicating that message to the mothers and fathers,
Yeah.
and of course the children, is paramount.
Well, I had an experience at our home
You did?
on the river. Yes, our home caught on fire in a snowstorm. We had already had about a foot of snow. When that happened, there was no heat in the fireplace that we were burning underneath. It was a big tank between the joists, and it smoldered under there. And my dad just happened, it was dark, to go down the basement, and he walked down, he seen all these sparks coming out.
Wow,
So,
how old were you?
I guess I was 16 or 17. But anyway, in a snowstorm, the volunteer fire company got down there and saved that home. And the home still stands down
It
at the
is,
river
and it's a
today.
beautiful home
But I'm
at
saying
that.
that's how we had to be appreciative of our volunteers and our fire services and our police and our EMS people, because they work daily to save lives, and that's something. I want to go to something that's very important. I know Breast Cancer Month, October.
Well, if you see our little props here, I just couldn't help but note, and this says Fire Chief, mine's pink, and it says Junior Fire Chief. I don't get that, but anyway, yes, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Of course, as equally as important, early education and the support of breast cancer research, something very near and dear to my heart, as it has affected my family. And even if it's $5, I mean, is it next Friday? I believe next Friday is You Can Wear Jeans to Work Day. Cost you $5 to be comfortable at work. The $5 goes to the Susan G. Komen Foundation, which is one of the largest breast cancer research foundations in America. And just wanted you to be aware, you see pink, it's really the power of a promise between 2 sisters well over 20 years ago has just, I should say, has snowballed into so many walks and different fundraising activities to provide that money to research. There is a cure out there. There is a cure, and we will find it in our lifetime if everyone just gets together and participates in some of these fundraising events, and just personally, even if it's $1, it doesn't matter. It could change anything. It could be very pivotal. And but with that, I love that they had the pink hats today, because it truly reminded me that it was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And like I said, we're doing other things, but the pink in color, no matter what it is, takes my mind right to breast cancer awareness. And with that, I just wanted to give it a plug. And I'm the Junior Fire Chief. Chief?
And, that will not increase your pay.
I'm not shocked.
I just want to say in closing, please support these men and women of our volunteers, of our fire service, our police, and our EMS. Please support them when you see them. Say thank you, because they're out there trying every day.
And they
Not
put their
just
lives at
trying-
risk.
Absolutely. And the skills that they need to learn to make sure that they can protect themselves is incredible. All the schooling they have to go through. and all the training. So please, when you get the opportunity, say thank you.
Absolutely. And with that, we're going to interview Rob, just to give us a few more pointers about fire prevention. Hi, I'm here with Rob Sponheimer, who's the battalion chief for Engine 222, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You did an excellent job with the kids.
Great.
They were really participatory, and I even learned a few things. Now, with that being said, I wanted you to tell our audience that, other than, of course, the checking your smoke detectors, making sure they have batteries, your stop, drop, and roll, and some of the more common things that are known about fire prevention, with the approaching Halloween event, holiday coming up, and Christmas, what are some other fire prevention items that you could give our viewers?
That's a great question. The growth of candles across the country has been a big thing. Years ago, candles were never on the on the watch list for fires. We would hear about electric and cooking and arson and some other things, but candles were never there. Now candles is a billion-dollar business,
Well, it's
if
a
not
big
more.
business.
And with the holidays approaching, Halloween's a big one. We recommend if you're going to use a candle to decorate outside or even inside, just use caution. And if you have kids walking around, we don't want to see their costumes catch on fire. It does happen occasionally from time to time across the country. Candles are a big thing. We want to be able, if you're going to have candle, keep it away from everything. We don't want it near curtains. We don't want it near decorations. With the holidays coming up, the fall holidays, try to keep it away from the straw and the hay. Again, because all that stuff's very flammable, and if it catches on fire, it'll go quick. Also, lighting. Years ago, people put up lighting just for the Christmas holidays. Now it's up all times of year.
All
Every holiday
sorts of
has
holidays.
lights. So we recommend that type of lighting is listed and approved. It should be UL listed or FM listed, not just to go by.
Now, I know what UL means, which is Underwriters Laboratory, but what does FM mean?
It's factory mutual. It's again another
Factory mutual.
It's another
I'd
test,
love to learn
another testing agency.
Okay.
They're two of the main ones out there. There are some other ones, but they're two of the bigger ones. If they don't have that tag on there, I recommend not using them. Again, it does cost a little bit more for that stuff, but in the long run, it's definitely safer. If you have bulbs or if you have wires that are cracked over years, again, we like to keep stuff in your attic and say, yep, next year we'll use it again.
Sure,
If stuff
between the heat and the cold, the expansion and contraction, it has to destroy the material.
Over time, that stuff should definitely replace. So if you have stuff, putting electrical tape around it's not a good idea. If you have bulbs that keep going out, not a good idea. We recommend getting new stuff. So candles are a big thing. Lighting's a big thing. And the number one thing is cooking. Cooking is number one cause of fires.
And that scares everybody.
Cooking is number one cause of fires across the country.
What do? Your chicken catches on fire on the stove. What's the immediate thing that you need to do?
The immediate thing to do is if you can try to turn that stove off, it's very important.
Okay.
Basically, if you turn that stove off, you're stopping the gas, you're stopping it from going. You're cutting
The source.
You're cutting the source. Yeah, there's a fire triangle. Fire needs heat, fuel, and oxygen to survive.
Okay.
So if we cut off that gas, we're stopping the fire. It's going to burn for a little bit, yes, but if you can get there safely, important. If you can't do that, you can put a lid over top of it. You want a type of lid, basically you're going to smother it. That's a very good option. Also, if you have a fire extinguisher in your home, you can use that, but do not use water on a grease fire.
You've
Using
seen
water on a
that
grease fire.
over and over
Yes.
and over again.
Yep.
In movies, it just immediately ignites the
Yep.
fire.
Putting water at this year's Fall Festival, we actually did a display showing if you put water on a grease fire, and people were amazed how high the fire went up in the area. It's a reaction that you don't want to see. And we were outside in the wide open,
Right.
and it went 15, 20 feet high. Imagine that being your house. You have drapes, you have cabinets, you have
It's gonna
it's
go.
just going to go. So do not use water. We want to smother the fire by putting a lid on top of it, using a fire extinguisher. If you can get the gas turned off, turn the gas off.
Now, fire extinguishers relatively, for your household, for a kitchen fire, are really not that expensive, are they?
No.
Give me a price
You
range.
can get one.
$25?
I was going to say $25, $30 from the local convenience stores, the Walmarts, the Targets, the Home Depots.
Okay.
They all do sell them. However, we want to make sure, and this is very important, that they're ABC. They're going to say ABC on them. They will put out the Class A fires, which are wood, paper, and plastic, the ordinary stuff that
Okay.
we all have
This
everywhere.
is cool, ABC. I love to learn this stuff.
ABC. Class B fires is a little bit different. That's your gasolines, your kerosene, your greases. So again, a little bit different than wood, paper, and plastic. And Class C is energized equipment. Your computers, your TVs, anything that has a power source going to it.
An
So
electrical
that
fire.
type of fire extinguisher, the ABC, will put out all of them. It kind of covers all. And the career fire department, one of the things we do is inspections. We go out to commercial businesses every year, like the library, and and places like that, and we make sure they have these type of fire extinguishers. Now,
How about demonstrations of fire extinguishers, how to use
yep,
them?
yep,
Do
we
that.
actually perform that too. If anyone's interested, they can contact Bensalem Fire Rescue.
I think that's a great idea.
We have actually a prop that it can do that. A lot of businesses take advantage of it, and we actually go out there. It's very important. And just again, we'll throw another word out there. It's called pass, and we use it: pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep for a fire extinguisher. So an ABC fire extinguisher and pass. Pull the pin, aim the nozzle at the fire, aim the nozzle at the base of the fire, squeeze that trigger, and sweep back and
go
forth.
back and forth.
And basically, just what we talked about earlier, you're taking away the oxygen, you're smothering it. All fire extinguishers that are made in the United States and Canada have the directions on there, but again, it's too late. If you need to read the directions, it's too late.
It's too late. How can our residents get in contact with your office relative to any of these questions?
Sure. Bensalem Fire Rescue is located at the municipal building, and it's 215-633-3617. And again, you have any safety questions regarding inspections, or if you need a smoke detector, we have smoke detectors we can give the residents in town. If you have questions about fire prevention, or if you want the fire truck to come visit, anything you have a question on, we can help you out, or at least point you in the right direction.
Service, 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 that's the way we roll here. So,
Yes.
Rob, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Great, thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us for B-Town Talk. I have my hat. I'm prepared. I've learned so many things here today at the Bensalem Library with our Engine 222 and our paid rescue squad. And it's just amazing what fire education can do to prevent fires and to save lives. The volunteers in the community of the fire companies are just paramount, as we said earlier. And if you are interested in joining a fire company, please contact the office over at the municipal building, 215-633-3617. And you'll be connected to someone that can hook you up. If you have that desire to volunteer, serve, and protect, please do so. I'm Dawn Davis for B-Town Talk. We'll talk to you later.